All right, so this is the most searched question of 2023, and it's a question that seems like it's been on everybody's mind this year. It's a question that transcends state lines, it transcends income brackets, and it's a question that has immense value and immense impact for those who both ask it and, most importantly, who answer it. So what is this question? And more importantly, of course, how should we answer it? Make sure you stick around to find out. All right, guys, I do want to welcome you back to the channel first and foremost. My name is Matthew Pillmore. I'm a financial coach. I've been one for over 2 decades, independently, financially free, and I like to share some of the things that have worked really well for me and help you guys go further, faster financially. So make sure you subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's answer the most searched question of 2023. You ready for this? That question is, how do I create a budget and stick to it? Now, this might actually seem like a bit of a letdown to some of you guys, anticlimactic, and I get that. Shouldn't we be asking better questions by now? And yeah, definitely we should. But the fact is, we're continuing to ask this question year in and year out. That said, there's some hope in this question, and that hope is in the second part of the question, and stick to it. Therein lies the most important part, because what good is a budget when one doesn't stick to it? And if I had $1 for every time a coaching member told me that they do a pretty good job of just keeping everything in mind from one month to the next, I'd have a pretty sweet side gig going there, guys, because we're just not doing a good enough job at keeping these figures on paper. We juggle too much as it is, especially in today's world. So first and foremost, it's absolutely crucial that we get everything down digitally. Where's the best place for you to do this, you may ask? Well, there's a lot of resources out there for you. In the past, I would have pointed people towards mint.com as it was an excellent resource, but they are now shutting down next month, so I'm gonna point you elsewhere. Rocket Money is a worthy alternative to mint.com, and it does have a free version. However, if you decide to get the premium plan, you'll be paying anywhere from about $4 per month up to $12 per month. Another option that I would recommend is a completely free one that we give away here on our channel, and that's called the Cash Flow Cruncher. It's a simple Excel spreadsheet. You can use it with numbers, and we designed this to help you not only create a budget simply and easily, but also focus on some of the most important financial figures, including cash flow. And cash flow is defined as the money that's left over after all of your expenses are paid, and it is the fuel for accelerating your way out of debt, getting into those lucrative investment opportunities, and also building that emergency reserve, along with eventually living your best dream life. So we're gonna be using the Cash Flow Cruncher in today's video to show you how you put together your budget. Let's go ahead and dive right in. So it's absolutely crucial that you start with where you are and just make adjustments from there. There's no sense in being optimistic about your spending habits. When you start your own cash flow cruncher, you should do so with as conservative of numbers as possible while still being realistic. For this example, we're going to be using the average monthly expenses and income for an American in 2023. The average annual income after taxes is $83,195, or roughly $6,932 per month. So we'll put that in for income. Now, in the cash section here, we'll add in the checking account and savings account balances. Checking account median American balance is just $2,800, while the savings account median American balance is half that at $1,200, with the current average interest rate of 0.57%. Now, this average gentleman does not have any additional revenue sources at this time. So now we're going to be heading on over to the personal expenses. Now, on the electric side, according to Bankrate, $137 a month is the average. Gas, according to Bankrate, is $63 a month. Cable TV, according to allconnect.com, is $118 monthly. Streaming services, according to Bankrate, $54 monthly. Water, according to Bankrate, is $45 per month. Your telephone, we're going to be leaving this blank for this example, whereas on a cell phone, according to Bankrate, folks are averaging $157 per month, so we're going to have that in here. We've got a trash average ranging from $25 to $100 a month, so we're going to say $65 for this example. Internet services, again, bank rate is quoting this at an average of $75 per month. House cleaning services, $160 a month if you're hiring out once monthly. Landscaping costs, $30 monthly. Total association dues range from $100 to $1,000 depending on the property and of course the community, so that's your homeowners association. We're going to use $200 a month for this example total. Homeowners insurance average according to Quicken Loans is $231 monthly. Your total property taxes on average according to Quicken Loans is now $4,977.61 per year, or approximately $415 each month. Automobile expenses include auto insurance, on average $168 per month. Car washes, if just one per month, would be somewhere around $20. Smog test, $2 a month if doing one per year. Average gasoline is now $200 per month. And with lease payments, we're going to leave this blank as well because the person in this example is financing an auto loan. Car repairs, according to AAA, car maintenance costs roughly $800 a year or $66 each month. Registration annually varies by state, but we're going to say $240 each year for this example. So that would come out to an even $20 per month. A safety check, we're going to leave this blank for this example, but we will put tolls and parking in here. Obviously a wide range depending on where you live, how often you're paying for parking. So we're going to just use $50 per month here to make this example with this individual. Living and other expenses, there's food. Grocery costs for one person according to move.org is now $415.53 a month. Eating out, according to US Foods survey, is $166 each month now. Laundry, according to the Fold, is $20 a month. As far as lunches are concerned, we're going to leave that blank too and just include it in the eating out and groceries. As far as hair care, to keep the cost down here, let's just assume that this is an average male in America and only spending around $29 per month. Beauty and cosmetics, including, according to a survey, men spend between $26 and $100 per month on their personal care products, and we're going to go right in the middle with a $63 per month average. As far as child support, for this example, we're going to leave this blank as well. Babysitter and childcare, for this example, we're going to also leave this blank. As far as school tuition, for this example, we'll leave it blank, but you may have college loans that you're going to end up having to pay. As far as a college fund is concerned, we're going to not include that either, assuming this person just doesn't have children, essentially. As far as life insurance, not going to include this either. Just remember, those may be involved in your side. As far as medical insurance, let's put $450 a month in there. And as far as any other insurances, we'll leave that blank for now. $10 a month for prescriptions. As far as retirement allocation, this guy really needs to get on this. For this example, we're going to leave it at $0 per month. And as far as donations, tithing, and charity, we'll just assume this person's charitable and goes about spending $100 per month on average. As far as gifts, Americans spend approximately $1,000 on Christmas each year. So we're going to go with $120 a month to cover some birthdays along the way, any other celebrations, and of course the holiday. As far as pet care, let's assume this individual has an animal. USA Today says the average cost of owning a dog is now $4,500 a year or $376 a month. Now, the last living expense here is we want to include a $400 per month sort of extra spending catch-all category. With the personal expenses, we're going to be done and now head over to the debts tab. And as far as the debts are concerned, let's start with mortgage debt. We're going to go with the average US monthly principal and interest payment according to Quicken Loans, which is now $2,044 per month. So for this example, let's just put Quicken Loans as the lender, and we'll use a balance of $310,000 and a value of $480,000 with an original mortgage amount of $393,683. Now that's a monthly mortgage payment of $2,044 on a 30-year mortgage and an interest rate of 4.71%. That does not include the taxes and insurance that we covered on the personal expenses page. Now we're going to leave the lines of credit blank for today's example. There is an auto loan. According to Bankrate, the average monthly car payment for used cars is now $528, if you can believe that. And for this example, we're going to be putting down Bank of America as the lender. The balance at an even $24,000 of value with a value of 27. So they do have a little bit of equity in that vehicle. Again, a $528 monthly payment with a 5.75% interest rate. Let's talk credit cards. According to USA Today, the average credit card debt in America is now $7,951. Since the average American has 3.84 credit cards, let's just say this guy's got 4. And we're gonna spread that across 4 different credit cards. Credit card number 1 is from Capital One with a balance of $4,000 and a limit of $10,000. That includes a monthly payment each month, a minimum payment of $106.67, and an average interest rate of 20%. The second credit card from Chase has a balance of $2,000 and a limit of $8,000 with a monthly payment of $50 as a minimum with an interest rate of 18%. Now, credit card number 3, Bank of America, that has a balance of $1,000 and a limit of $8,000. Monthly payment on that, $25.83. Let's use an interest rate of 19%. And finally, the fourth credit card, a local bank with a balance of $951, a limit of just $3,000, and a monthly payment of $26.15. Now that has an interest rate of 21%. Other debt. Now fortunately, this guy never took out student loans. So we're gonna leave the other debt area blank on this cash flow cruncher, but be sure to keep in mind how much worse this example would be if he had tens of thousands of dollars in student loan debt to tackle as well. Now, once I've completed each and every field that I can with as much conservatively realistic, accurate average data that is possible, looking through my financials, which this process should only end up taking you somewhere between 30 minutes, maybe an hour if you're really disorganized, I'm gonna go ahead and flip over to the cash flow summary tab, which then shows me exactly what we're up against. On this cash flow cruncher, I love how it organizes all of the data by importing the totals into these fields. We've got the revenue and assets of $6,932 with the mortgage payment of $2,044, credit card minimums totaling $208.65, with other consumer-related debt, in his case, an auto loan of $528 per month. You can see the personal expenses total $4,423.53 on top of those debt servicing costs, with the gross and net cash flow positions here. Now, net cash flow is the most important number, and this is gonna demonstrate that this person, under using national averages that we could do the best we possibly could to find, your situation might be better than this. You might make more money and even spend less money. You might make more money and spend more money. You might make less money and spend more money, or make less money and spend less money. Any combination is possible. But in his case, there is negative $272 on average each month left over. Now, some months might be positive because you don't have vehicle servicing every month. You don't have all your insurance payments due each month. You don't have automobile registration due each month. You maybe don't pay for parking consistently each month. Sometimes food costs are higher or lower. Expenses vary. That's why we use averages. But on average, this person is spending more money than they make and will continue to go further and further into debt, not having any capability of satisfying the debts that he has now. It does not math out. So with that in mind, there definitely needs to be adjustments made to this. We're gonna do a follow-up video to this one. We wanna get into some of the hypothetical solutions that this individual could face. Whether you're doing better or you're doing worse, you're gonna wanna check out that video. There's some very creative things that I have in mind that if I were in this situation, I would most definitely be considering and probably taking action on as soon as possible. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Until then, guys, download your Cashflow Cruncher at cashflowcruncher.com and let us help you get to this wildly amazing goal of having a gross cash flow position of $2,508.47 per month, which is exactly where he would be if he had no debt. Once the debt is paid in full, there would be an extra $2,500 a month, and the wealth creation would be far faster than it will be under the circumstances that are here today, which is infinitely far away. He'll never get there. Never build wealth with negative cash flow. It doesn't happen. So we'll be looking further into this cash flow cruncher. Make sure you subscribe, check out the next video. We're gonna go through a couple different scenarios with you and offer some ideas that should be considered. And I think one of them might surprise you a little bit. So we'll see you on the next video. Until then, make it a great day today and keep on cash flowing. Take care.